got a treat for you. I am sitting inside a brand new, would this be considered 2019?
2019 it is.
2019 Panoramic by Panoramic RV. And with me today is Philippe Marcotte. He's the CEO of Panoramic. Welcome, Philippe. And this is really special. We're here at Red Rock State Park here in Nevada. And you can see, actually, we're in the front lounge, and you can see it does live up to its name. I mean, we have panoramic views all the way around in this RV. And I got to tell you, it's very impressive. Even above you, if you take a look above, we even have a skylight right above you. So, I mean, this RV lives up to its name. And I was so happy that Philip reached out to me and said, hey, why don't I'm going to be in Las Vegas. Why don't you come and meet me and take a look at this RV, because I saw it online and I was so impressed with it. And I've got to tell you, it really lives up to my expectations. The build quality is really, really good, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I want to, Philip, have you talk a little bit about, because we were talking on the drive here, about Panoramic, about your background, and why this RV? Like, why do we have this RV? Why am I sitting in this RV? Why did you decide to build it?
Well, you know, it's a story of passionate people about camping, RVing. I'm basically born in a 13-foot Trillium fiberglass trailer, and I spent many years in that rig. After that, we moved to bigger RVs, Class C and then Class B RV, and it's something in the family. My dad is passionate about them. He owns an RV in Europe and here, and he came to a point one day where he wanted to change. He used to have another machine, laser travel to be exact, built on a Sprinter, and he wanted to change that RV, and he didn't find anything that was quite the same as what he had in Europe, or nothing as appealing as what he was expecting. So at the end of the day, he said, hey, let's try to do something better. Let's try to make an RV for passionate, and something that wouldn't cut corners on quality, manufacturing quality of the design or the component selection. So this is how it started. At first I thought it was a little crazy, that the project was very ambitious, but eventually I really jumped into the manufacturing and decided to launch Panoramic RV as a company who manufactured the best Class B RV in North America, very much inspired on European design, but with adapted to our market and needs. So here we are today.
Yeah, I was noticing a lot. You know, I've been inside of a lot of RVs, and I was noticing this has a very distinctive European flavor to it. Like everything down to like the light switches, they feel very European. Even the hardware, you know, this beautiful hardware, positive locking, by the way. Thumbs up to you guys for actually doing all the cabinets, and the drawers are positive locking. And if you don't know what that is, watch my video about it. It's one of the 5 important things that you need to look out for in an RV. But just really nice. These are not like any of the other standard hardware that I've seen on other RVs.
Yeah.
Just the attention to detail is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, we want to be different, and people, you know, they spend so much time in their machine that they like it when it's a little different, and I mean, it's just that attention to detail gives that global result of, wow, this is something pretty interesting.
Now, another thing that I oftentimes look for in many RVs that build themselves as being maybe a family camper van are 3-point seatbelts. And I've noticed that you have 2 of them here.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. Plus, for those of you who don't know, this whole area turns into a bed as well very easily. It was one of the things I definitely give the Panoramic a thumbs up for, is the simplicity for how you set up this front bed. There's no cumbersome boards that you have to set up, or a second set of cushions and things that need to be stowed away somewhere inside the RV. Everything that you need for that third berth is right here that you're sitting on. The tabletop just lowers down, and then these seat cushions extend out, and utilizing the front seat that Philip's on, you have sleeping for one. So 3-point seat belts.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. Did you guys do any type of testing with the 3-point seat belts?
Yeah, there is. Well, the the seat belts and the and all the structure of the seat belt, they have to comply with the FMVSS, Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard, 209, 302. These are the standards, so they have to be tested in accordance with those standards. There's a few standards that apply when we build an RV like that, and that we put them on U.S. highways. So this is one of them.
I notice when I'm sitting in here, we're at a very beautiful but busy state park, Red Rock, and so there's a lot of trucks, there's a lot of cars going by, and it's very quiet in here.
Yeah.
Very quiet. How did you manage to do that? What's the tricks that you're using to make it so quiet?
Well, again, attention to detail in the components of insulation that we use. We use different type of material, but more important, it's just not a matter of which material we use, but how we use them. And we put a lot of attention into cutting all the different panels, into making sure that there is as less as possible joint in between the different layers of insulation to make sure that the heat or the cold will not escape through the insulation blankets that we put on. So all this gives you a very quiet vehicle, a vehicle that is easy to heat up or to cool down in the summer. And also it results into saving in energy at the end of the day. So,
well, I noticed you're talking about you don't like to have a lot of pieces and seams and things like that. And so when we look at the ceiling, this is just one of those attention to detail that I appreciate. There are no seams on this coach at all. Normally, like even in my Ascent, there's a seam between two panels for the front and back for the ceiling. There's nothing here. It's one. Is it true? Is it one continuous piece?
Yeah, it's a single piece. It's a single layer or sandwich, if you prefer, which includes the leather with the foam backing, and then the plywood, and then you have the double layer of insulation. All the wiring, the electrical harnesses also run encapsulated in this. And then this is all inserted in one piece in diagonal in the truck and then installed in the ceiling. So that create again, there is no gap or no holes or nowhere where the heat can escape. So it's pretty efficient in terms of insulation, but also it looks super nice, and it's one less thing to bang your head on if you are 6 feet and 2 inches tall.
So you manufacture all of that in one piece, and then you put it all as one piece inside of the van.
Yeah.
And is it true what you told me that it's not just flat, but it actually comes down around the top, the side here?
Yeah, that's true. The insulation is installed on that layer of plywood, but it also comes down as a skirt to the top of the window. So again, instead of having just a roof and a side panel and having the channel of the truck bare metal with no insulation, that skirt really goes all around behind the cabinet, and again we minimize any leak that we can have, and that attention to detail, you will find it in every aspect of the build of the truck. Same thing for all the sealant that we use. We don't use regular silicone or any cheap product. This is all the sealant that we use have been tested, and this is above anything that you can find on the regular RV market, because again, it's not about saving $1 here and there. It's about making the RV bulletproof, or making it really well built.
But these are assembled in, are they South Shore of Montreal?
Yeah, South Shore Montreal in Quebec.
Factory there?
In Chambly, yeah.
In Chambly. Mm-hmm.
That's where it's based. It's a nice and clean place, and that's where we have a production line up to, I would say, automotive and even aerospace standards. So it's extremely clean, and well, of course, it's a reflection of the product that we build. So it's
I was noticing from some of the pictures you sent me from manufacturing, you had all of this cab area completely sealed off, so there's just no dust, nothing getting in there. And you were telling me, that all the little metal pieces from the cutouts are all collected, so they're not going to rattle around underneath the floorboards and things like that as you're driving down the road, driving you crazy.
Yeah, always attention to detail. It's extremely important. I mean, just the way that the electrical harnesses also, that they are built, color coded, marked, everything. It's a different way of building. It's not an improvisation all the time. That's not the way we like it. We like to have a precise vehicle, something that will be enjoyed by the most demanding customer. And in order to do that, we have to put the bar a little higher, and that's what we did with all aspects. So. I'm going to tell you something in terms of what we did, because I often hear, we've got a lot of electrical power, or we've got a super big water tank, or the reality is, if you want to go off the grid, you need to balance all these things. In a Class B, it's not one big thing that will make you last forever, and very often what will bring you back to town is the dump station. The black water is something everybody puts so small that if you're two person, after 2-3 days, it's over. So what we did is really trying to find the best balance between all the tanks and the power also. But for example, when I'm by myself, I do usually 7 to 8 days, and I never plug. So fully sufficient in terms of power, electricity, propane, even in colder temperature. And same thing for the reservoir. I fill once and I take a shower every day. So that means, of course, I'm used to the drill. And when I do it with another person, with my girlfriend, we usually will do a long 4 days weekend, and we'll take 6 showers. And we never dump, we never fill, we just leave fully loaded, and we come back and we're good. So, and that's one thing that we're looking at, is to be able to not have to drop or stop or fill every day, so we can enjoy.
It's so hard to do in a Class B, though, because they're so small. A
lot of compromise.
And people have unreasonable expectations. I want to be out for 2 weeks. I'm like, you're never going to be out for 2 weeks. You're just, unless you're using showers outside the van, and all your water, getting it from outside the van, and I want to be able to run my air conditioner 24/7, off grid. That's just, it's not realistic. You're just not. So.
Well, and we also, Class B people are usually not stationary people. We like to move around. So if you're park, I would recommend a Class C or a Class A. These things are
space.
That's right. So when you're in Class B, you move all the time, so you generate a lot of power also, and sometimes, why would you lose a ton of space for battery if you ain't gonna use it? Plus you're carrying all the weight of the batteries. So again, it's finding the balance to make your life really fun, really easier, but being able to be free, it's important. I don't want to have to connect on a daily basis. I never connect. I never stop in a camping.
Either. I don't, like at Circus, I had full connections. I didn't connect anything up, nothing. I just used the space, and then I later used the dump station because it was there to empty my tanks, but I didn't have power, I didn't have water, I didn't, I like getting in the van if I want to and just driving off somewhere, you know? Not have to spend 20 minutes unhooking everything and all that. So, yeah, otherwise, yeah, I'd get a Class A for sure. You know, just park it somewhere and live out of it.